guys, welcome to my review of these, the Audeze LCD 2 headphones. These are professional studio quality headphones and I'm going to explain why I got them. So basically, a while back, I bought the Schiit Magni and Modi 3 desktop amp and amplifier. Basically, people were telling me in the comments that I didn't have powerful enough headphones. So I thought it'd be cool to go get some and actually try it out and see how they are and if they actually make those worth their price. I'm also going to answer some questions like, who are these for? Are they worth it? And should you get them? All of that soon to come, but if you guys could like and subscribe, and then if you end up buying them, using the links in the description, that really helps me out. But without further ado, let's get into this review. Okay, so now let's get into some basic specs. These are planar dynamic headphones. That means that instead of having a large woofer, it actually has a thin sheet that vibrates to create the sound. The sheet has so little mass, it makes it harder to drive, which is part of what the amp is for, but also makes it incredibly accurate, which means it creates very accurate sounds. That's why these have a frequency response from all the way down to 10 Hertz all the way up to 50 kilohertz, which is well past what human hearing is, which tops out around the mid 20,000 hertz range. Now that we know the basic specs, let's get into how they are to actually use. As you'd expect, they sound great, but before we get into all of that, I do feel like it's important to note that these are studio quality headphones. They are not designed for everyday listening necessarily. You can use them as such, but they're not designed to be like worn to the coffee shop or anything. You definitely would be like in like an office chair with your DAC and amp. I feel like it's important I point all that out because you are definitely at the point of diminishing returns. They do sound amazing and I don't want to distract from that, and we'll get into that later. But they are like $800 MSRP, and it's not like you're getting double the performance of a $400 pair of headphones. And I think that is just an important thing that needs to be made clear. So now that we've gone over that, let's get into the physical construction. And first off, I just want to point out that these are a very premium pair of headphones. There is not a single piece of plastic in here, and everything is made out of metal, and it feels solid. It feels like a piece of industrial equipment, and it is incredibly nice. The ear cups are huge and incredibly squishy and full of memory foam, and the headband is tensioned, so it's not necessarily cushy, but it's actually genuine leather, and it feels very premium. Another thing that's cool about all this is because all of the parts are actually like quality, you shouldn't need to replace them, but if you do, everything is put together with Phillips head screws, and you could definitely repair it yourself, and they do provide parts online. One thing I will say is that the mechanism you use to adjust the height of the headband is a bit hard to adjust. Like, you just have to kind of pull it and push, and when it's on your head, it's not easy to just click up and down, which can take some more time to get it adjusted, but the mechanism does feel very solid, so there's a benefit there, I guess. Another thing about them is that they are open back. They do make closed back versions, but these particular ones are open back, and I mean, there's positive and negative, so you can hear yourself talk if you're like talking in Discord or something like that and you're recording. They do make it very easy to like not have like a muffled ear sound, which makes it it helps you sound more like you normally do. But then also the open backness allows other things in your room, like your PC or other people talking, goes right through it, and they can hear what you hear, which is also kind of obvious. But yeah, now that we've gone over the basics of what they are, let's get into the important part, how they sound. So I will say right off the bat, they are incredibly tight. The bass is just incredibly sharp, and you can, I wouldn't say you can feel it. It's not like having a subwoofer or anything, obviously, but you don't get that deep like feeling of it, but you can hear it precisely, and it's a different experience. And you can also like, it's a weird experience, I'll give it that. The highs and mids are incredibly crisp and clear, and it's got a pretty level sound signature, as you expect. I'm sure you can find like the full actual graph online. I'll probably put one up here, but it is a different experience. And also, being that the ear cups are so big, you don't have anything pressing against your ears really. It's more of like a cone above your ears, and it does, and especially with like it being open back, the soundstage is incredibly wide, and it's really good. I'm not sure it's worth the price, but it is really good. It is definitely a quality product. One thing I do want to point out though is it will not revolutionize how you hear music by any means. A lot of people get into the fallacy that if you buy really expensive headphones, you're gonna end up hearing something different or better than you did previously. And it will be better, but just don't expect the world, because then you're gonna get let down. That's kind of what I wanna say. Like, I think I probably had a bit too high of ambition when I first put them on. It doesn't revolutionize everything, and I think that is an important thing that needs to get said, that especially in audiophile circles doesn't get said often enough. It's not a different song or a better song. It's the same song but played more clearly. And if you're willing to pay for that benefit, by all means, it is quite a benefit, but just don't expect too much. Okay, so now that we've covered all that, let's get into the conclusion. These are an incredible quality pair of headphones, and they're even actually made in the United States, surprisingly enough. No matter where they are, they're not actually shipped out of China or anything like that, which I find surprising. But they are amazing. But don't let that make you think that they are something that they are not. They're not going to change how you listen to music. It's not going to be like groundbreaking. But they do sound really, really nice. And if you're someone who's willing to pay for that, by all means do it. I just think that especially in modern times in audiophile circles, it gets sold as something it's not. And it is an amazing pair of headphones, but you are definitely past the point of diminishing returns. And don't let anyone tell you that you're not. One thing that's also important to say is that it is a very quality piece of kit. It will last you. You can just pick it up and feel that this isn't some piece of plastic that's gonna break in 2 years. You will probably be able to use these for at least 10 or more years. And all of the parts are replaceable, and it uses 1/4-inch analog jack, which has been around for so long. So there's also a benefit there, but just keep in mind that I just want to stress that it's not a groundbreaking thing. That's pretty much all I have to say on them. They are a very premium product, and I am very happy I bought them. I actually ended up getting mine used, which I'd highly recommend because it's a quality product. It's durable. It's not like you're gonna get someone else's thing that's broken. I mean, you could technically, but just be cautious. But I got actually $200 off for getting a floor sample, so it's kind of cool. And they're very durable. The powder coating is perfectly fine, and leather feels perfectly fine too. So yeah, no, very quality product and awesome. Yeah, no, thank you guys for checking out my review. If you could like and subscribe, that'd be awesome as always. And also if you could check out the link below, that'd be cool too. Thank you for checking it out.